Alright folks, hello and welcome to another Modern stream with Bug Udo. PTQ winning list from this past weekend. This is going to be our second league of the day. First one started very hot and then the wheels kind of fell off afterwards. It was a long one though. It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes to finish that league. And I was even pretty generous with some concessions, but we just got paired against some control matchups and we got paired against some slow opponents. Hopefully this one will go a little bit better, and hopefully we will not take as long to get there. But this deck is fun. This deck is pretty cool. I like the concept of the deck. Not so sure how I feel about doing the Gust in Modern right now. Oh, speaking of the Gust. Playing against GG, fellow streamer. It's Giglio MTG. GG plays a lot of Ponza decks. Probably too many Ponza decks for his own sake. What happens if I control my opponent's Utopia's Brawl? These are the kind of questions that sometimes don't let me sleep at night. Oh, it's controller. Okay, so it's the controller of the forest. What matters is not the controller of the enchantment. All right, we're looking pretty good right here. So I think I'm going to play a tapped Mystic Sanctuary on 2. I do have a reputation, huh? I guess I do have a reputation that precedes me. I guess I do have a reputation that precedes me. Alright, so he has a not very functional hand. Let's get an island. Let's draw 2. Okay. Let's put Archmage's Charm on top. I guess I don't want to. Do I want to? I guess I do want a Thought System actually, because I'm gonna be drawing 2. So if I don't find my land drop, I'm gonna have to go to this card, which I'm not excited about. So let's take the Bloodbraid Elf because we have answers to everything else. So let's make sure that we get rid of the 2/1 that we can't profitably interact with, and everything else we could just answer on a 1/1 basis. Blood Moon. That's the turn. I guess I should have drawn 2 and pitched 2 4s. Might have been better. I just kind of draw. There's a land, baby. So just Breeding Pool. I think that we can just mana leak anything that I could care about, so this is no big deal right here. Definitely would have loved to hit a land drop, but get leaked. Yeah, just box it in. All right, give me those gustos. Give me those gustos. Give me that trophy. Give me that loam. Probably damnation. Cut one of these. Cut one of these. Cut two of these. Maybe cut a push. Cut a snare. Seems better. Yikes. So we have 2 turns to find any land. But he kept 7. Yeah, we're gonna have to ship it. A lot better. Keep. Bottom trial. Relic. Okay. I was gonna say he doesn't have any ways to ramp, but that's obviously not true anymore. Okay. So let's play this, and I guess we're gonna Thoughtseize because we might find what's his name off the top? I guess we take the banger and we can play around Boil fairly well. Turn 1 underground sea. I mean, it's basically what it is, right? It's kind of a little bit of a problem. And kind of a little bit is like my perfect, it's like my favorite way of English, you know? All right. We did bring in a damnation. Yeah, we did. So smart. So freaking smart. That's a gusto. I wonder how much longer he's gonna keep up a relic. This is awkward. Got a counter draw. Damn it. this again. Any changes? Not really. Not really. It's just the loans seem a little bit awkward. Sure. This draw is definitely not good against Boyle. I'll say as much. Also not good against Bloodman. I guess Bloodman we don't care too much about, but Boyle we do care about. He kept 7. Probably Blood Braid. Yeah. That sucks. That really sucks. So now he's holding up Boyle. Maybe I shouldn't have forced that thing. Okay, if he has a second Boyle, we're just super fucked here, but... So, counter... We can draw, we can counter bounce. I think I like counter bouncing. If he has another Boyle, we're fucked, but... A blood man. Rough. Yep. We're just locked out. Bonza just has such a good matchup against these decks. Basically, you just need to be answering everything. Like, you just cannot leave anything. You just cannot leave anything on the board. Like, the Bloodbraid is just a guaranteed 2-for-1 that you can't stop. Then you have to answer the Chandra, the Boyle, which is just huge. You have to answer the Relic too, because the Relic really covers your win conditions. Maybe I should have let the Relic resolve. If I let the Relic resolve, I just wanted to make sure that I could use my mana efficiently. But no, I guess that actually using my mana efficiently did matter a lot. Why did I choose Sultai over Timur? Because it's more fun and because it won the event this past weekend. I got game 1 Blood Moon in the first 3 matches of my league. These are bad times for Titan game. Yeah, I mean, it's not a coincidence that I've been playing green-white instead of Amulet. Green-white doesn't care Green White kind of doesn't care at all about that, you know, just like you have so many ways of answering Blood Moon, you have so many ways to play around it, it just doesn't matter, you know. But obviously Titan cannot really win through a moon, so. Denfield didn't push BB. Yeah, I mean, there are so many options, right? Depending on what you want to play around. I chose to go for... Like, under normal circumstances, the BBE wouldn't have really mattered too much, right? But they just had a... Like, their hand just did everything. So, like, we simply couldn't play around this stuff. I put a move to 4. Brutal. Yeah. I mean, this is a fight I love fighting. Like, my opponent moved to... They moved to 4 and then they're just like using Inquisitions. It's just like, whatever. Can do whatever you want, my friend. I think this game is just won. Something tells me that we're just done here. Yep. Opponent is smart. They are smart at just letting that go. I don't think that they were winning that game, and probably better for them to just conceal the information of which deck they're playing. I think they're probably playing some form of shadow deck, so I think I want a sideboard like this. They could be just playing, you know, like actual Jund or anything like that, but I'm gonna sideboard for like just black green or Jund Shadow. They didn't reveal what's his name. They didn't reveal Lurrus, so maybe I'm wrong. Okay, this time around they keep 7. Okay, so it is Jundo. El Jundo. Probably the sideboarding is just as fine. I don't think that could have been any more exciting. Okay, we have to play around Boil. Gotta play around Boil here. This is also nice because we can fetch our Swampo. K command, just pass the turn. Bloodbraid, Goifo. Yeah, this is just Boomer Jund. They may bolt this here. That's fine. It's a great draw. Do I want to hide anything? If I wanted to hide something, I guess I would like to hide the Damnation and the Cryptic command because we can fetch the Damnation away if we don't need it. And hitting land drop is going to be useful. Yeah, just bolt is fine. Ha, opponent, you have activated my trap card named Udo, Titan of Nature's Wrath. You have enabled it with your careless play. There's the Damnation on top. Played around Boil pretty nicely there, I think. Overall. If they had second Boil, that is kind of a problem, but... Holding onto a land. That sucks. They're holding to a card. Poggers. Oh, this is taps for blue right here. Ah, shit. Shit. Any land, let's go. Any land, literally any land. Any land of the top. Any land of the top. Any land. Wow, brutal. Feels bad, man. Maybe they'll get greedy. Maybe they will plus again. No. Before Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, that would have been brutal, I guess. It's power to sacrifice that one. I mean, they have no pressure, so... Assassin's Trophy. Got a little bit greedy. Just a little bit greedy. Lance, let's draw Lance. Any land? Easy. Are we ahead, chat? Am I actually ahead here? God damn it, I'm actually ahead, aren't I? God damn it, we're actually ahead, chat. This is not fair. I honestly don't understand why they went for that line. I don't understand the point of. I don't understand the point of doing that, honestly. Like, why would they attempt to trophy my... They just wanted to not go to this card? But, like, if that's the case, they play Liliana, and then they plus, and then... Like, they trophy after they play Liliana? That just makes no sense to me. So we Uro next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we find any land, we even get to draw the Cryptic. I think I have no more green sources to go fetch with this. Just a little bit awkward. But now even if they boil me... Oh, Jando. Never change, Jand. Never change. And it never will, right? That's the beautiful thing about Jund. It never change. It will never ever change. It doesn't matter what happens. It will just never change. It's great. Having fun at Jund player's expense. That's like the purest form of joy. That's the purest form of joy. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. It's really funny how we literally saw like what the good thing that the mid-range decks can do, and then we immediately after saw like how to do mid-range bad. How to do mid-range the correct way. Just play red and green and just play Chandras and Blood Moons and Boils. How to do mid-range the right way. Make your mana base terrible. Play Liliana and cards that are simply not good in the format. Okay. Really hoping I'm not getting paired against the red deck. What did I literally just said this? I literally just said this. What the hell? I don't think I can take the 2 damage, but I'm going to Thoughtseize here. On 2. If they have light up the stage, I think I don't counter. They do. I think I can't counter. Like this Uro is just too important for me. That's not an ugly sequence for us. That's not a great sequence for us, I mean. Have you considered starting doing channel point predictions on the league outcome? How would that work? Like what's the point? Like I'm into it. I'm into it. I want to hear what the idea is. So that's like infinite damage, right? So I'm super fucking dead. Don't top deck Metamorphose, okay. Is this actually lethal? This is actually just lethal, right? I think this is actually just lethal. Well, these Sultais are definitely getting the fuck out of here. Damnation, explosives, thirst. Probably not trophy. Is Nair good? Yeah, it's fine. It counters a reasonable amount of cards. It counters Metamorphose. It counters... particularly because Metamorphose is actually very important because they tend to have like Metamorphose into the big guy, into Stormwing entity. But it also counters the dragon, the sprite dragon. Yeah. This sounds pretty good actually. Actually, this sounds kind of nutty. We have to play around Blood Moon. What are we gonna lead on? So we lead on these. Yeah, we lead on these. Yeah, I don't think you can really do anything that's... Anything that has to do with betting, I don't think you can do. Put it on the bottom, that's good for us. Just gonna Jace plus here. Clearly they're looking for lands. Put on the bottom, no, that guy's fine. In fact, if I had a blue card, if my opponent opts here, I am kind of interested in countering their opt. Maybe that's too aggressive, but I'm kind of feeling it, you know? So now we end up with Jace. I think all of these cards are good, so I'm not gonna shuffle this turn. So like if they Metamorphose here, I'm just gonna force it. Maybe this is wrong and I should be just aggressively looking for Uro. They have the Soul Guide Lantern though, so... There we go. So take this and this, play a land. Do this. Get an island. Okay. So now they kind of have to use Sultai to activate. Because if I draw an untapped green source, they are kind of screwed. Bolt. Oh wow. There's no way they can do that. There's no way they can just sack their land to kill Jace. Figure it out. Huh, that's cool. Wow, they sack their land? That is insanely aggressive. Wow. They're super all in on this dude. I can just bounce it. Okay, there we go. Like if they have bold, they have to use it. Okay. We drew the black source, which means we can just thirst here. Put that on top. Probably put this on top. So let's fetch here. Opponent has to sack Soul Guide. Yeah. Still fine though, because we get a breeding pool. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Udo. Cast with kicker, baby. Cast with kicker. Oh, why did I shop with for the breeding pool? Whatever. I don't think we're gonna be losing here. Don't think we're gonna be losing here. Another one of those suits. Cool. So here I'm probably gonna Jace minus. Yeah. Okay. UR Prowess. I guess maybe we want this thing just because it answers the big dude. I guess this beauty is also interesting. Degenerate gambling versus mod powers? God damn it. That's a tough choice. That is a really tough choice. I would not want to be in your spot, folks. That guy. We're just gonna do just like basic swamp. Push it right now. No possibility for my opponent to do any kind of nonsense. That's immortal. Oh, I should have done the same thing here. I guess I should have fetched and shocked there. That was a mistake. Well, I guess that we're not gonna get around. We're not gonna be able to play That's an interesting spot right there. Okay. So we're gonna pass the turn, I'm gonna go to end. On end step, I'm just gonna do this right here. They might counter Spell Pierce, that's fine. Good thing I didn't give them a trigger. Yikes. Feels like I probably got a Uro here. Yeah, we got a Uro. Oh, we can't Udo. Whoopsies. Well, this is super fucking awkward. I should have played the Mystic Sanctuary instead of this. Whoops. Okay, I guess I just have to shock. No way around it. And we can Udo next turn. Because we fetch, we blow this up, get an island, Mystic Sanctuary enters untapped. We put, maybe we put something back, maybe we don't. Probably get the pushback. Or just draw that, that's also fine. So, blow that up. Yeah, I guess we get a forest. Play this. Green and blue. Udo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Got a gust? No gust. My opponent says I'm gonna type the exclamation point Fran command here. So I guess my opponent watches Aspiring Spike, I guess. Opponent is a fellow Aspiring Spike fan. Alright, now Udo just. Udo does what Uro does. Sure. God, this card's so stupid. I hate so much how stupid this card is. Nose crying for you. Nose crying for you. Get out of here. Opponent's a trooper. Are you sure you want to keep doing this, opponent? I'm starting to feel bad now. Keep that one. When I say feel bad, of course, I'm having a lot of fun, is what I mean, right? But just casually at 22 right here. Just casually chilling at 22. My opponent attacks me down to still above my starting life total. Still above starting life total. No big deal. They also know about this. Where is it even that good? 7-6 is just garbage. Yeah, it really is. I mean, this is basically a 7 mana. My opponent says can't even cast this goddamn Reveler. Sorry, opponent. I mean, it's kind of the cost, right? And that is why I don't like this deck, because I feel like literally every other version of Prowess is just so much more. It's just so much more consistent than this deck. This is probably the version of the deck that has the most explosiveness, but I think it sacrifices a lot of its consistency in order to get that explosiveness. Like, this guy is just not free, right? Whenever you don't have that that nonsense in order to the Metamorphose, right? Like, whenever you don't have the Metamorphose or you don't have the Gut Shot, like, you are kind of time walking yourself if you have that card in hand. And the same thing can be said for that card. What's Turtle Power? Yeah, I just think that out of all of the Prowess versions, that one's probably the worst. Doom goes fire with the deck, and I ran 2-3. I think why couldn't they cast Reveler? Because they didn't have enough spells in the yard. I guess I'm gonna keep this against the Yorion deck. I think Doomwake agrees with me. I have heard him say that you know, Blue Red is far and away the worst version of Prowess, and I agree with that. But you're just kind of asking for it in a way, right? Doom is whitelisted. I think that Doom is literally the most whitelisted player I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen anybody as whitelisted as Doom is. I have seen him like punt away games, right? Like obnoxiously punted away. And it just didn't matter whatsoever because he just drew exactly the only card, the one of in his 80 card deck that actually gets him out of it. You know, like I have seen him get away of really, really, really ugly spots because he just top deck like a one-off card that, you know, he kind of had no business top decking. And that he even forgot that was in his deck, you know, that kind of thing. I'm actually pretty excited to be able to spell snare this. Trade 1 for 1, feed Udo, make sure that my opponent doesn't get a hit on mana. Love it. And they even are missing a land drop. Oof. Castle Ventress. That's gonna get destroyed. Ew. Don't mind if I do. I wonder if my opponent's playing Scape Shift. They could be playing Scape Shift. Uses Million Impossible and believes in the heart of the cards. I don't agree with that. I don't disagree with that, I mean. I'm playing Blue-Green Nexus. I think I'm gonna draw 2 here. Let's play this and pass the turn. So next turn we're going to be able to Udo with Mana Leak backup, which seems pretty solid. But we're gonna kill this Ice Fang here on end step just to put a card in the yard. Dead. Well, now I'm not gonna Field of Ruin, right? I'm just gonna cycle here. The Mind Sculptor. Forest. Green, blue. Green, blue. Oh, did I just fuck this up and I had to play the River Tier first? I think I had to do that. God damn it. So I guess now I have to Jace. Because whatever I do, I want to do it with force backup. So I just really fucked this up. It sucks. Second mana leak. I guess maybe I do want removal. I think I laid my spot though anyway. Like that was definitely a punt. Like I'm not saying, I'm not trying to get away from the fact that I just fucked that up, but still. I think that we're doing good here. There's something about Yorion in this kind of deck that I just... Sure. I don't punt, I just give opponent a fighting chance. That's true. Exactly. I'm just evening the playing field. That's all that I'm doing. I'm just evening the playing field. Loving the fact that opponent decided to give me a shuffle. Jace confirmed broken. Too much loyalty. Please nerf. Please nerf. Too good. Please nerf. So what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we resolve war and we find a land, we're gonna have, sweet, we found the land. So it's gonna be blue, green, blue, green. So there's gonna be blue, one, yeah, okay, so we're doing good here. So put this on top, put this on top. So one, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess maybe I should have played field first. Yeah, it's one less combo, but yeah, but it allows me to play around like double remand or something, which I'm running into right here for no real reason. I mean, there is a real reason, which is to like field, but there's definitely a much higher upside for this rule to resolve than for the zombie. So that was a mistake there. I should have played the second Field of Ruin pre Udo. If I use my full power, he would be ultra instincting cards off the top like crazy. Turn 1 wins every time. Yeah, exactly. You don't want that. You want to, you know, make things more fair. So otherwise people quit, you know, it's not fun. Also, maybe I should have attacked first. I have this very awkward sense of security right now. Kind of feel like this game has been over when my opponent paid 3 mana to put Yorion in their hand. So I've kind of been not really thinking about anything basically since that happened. Because I feel like I'm super far ahead. Which has been a little bit of an issue for me. Basically what happens is whenever I am, if you've been watching the stream, too, then you could not tap river. No, I float the mana, then I play the field, then I cast the Uro. Once I floated the mana, the mana's already floated. Like, it doesn't matter whether I play the land or not. But yeah, it's one thing that I have found that I do, which I wish I would stop doing, which is basically when I feel like I'm pretty far ahead, I kind of check out. Like, I just mentally check out and start like shortcutting way more than I should. Because shortcutting is great, but like maybe like I get to the point of carelessness, and whenever I'm actually far behind, that's when the opposite happens. Like I'm very, very careful about trying to figure out everything that's going on, but I have punted games away because of that. How can we call it? We can call it a bad habit. Because of that bad habit, I have, you know, there's been a couple of situations where I actually, you know, threw away basically one game because I got just a little bit too careless. Wilderness Reclamation. So I'm mana leak, so we tap them out. Then I force. Pony Conceits. Veil of Summer seems pretty good. Thoughtseize seems fine. This we probably want to cut. Aethergast seems good. How do I feel about Loam in this matchup? My opponent might have their own Ashiok's, so that might be something that I want to watch out for. So we have a Trophy. Just do that. No, I don't think I want Loam. Turn 1 played Exodia, didn't even have it in his list, just made it appear. This was we found London Mall. Those are some great Legends steps. That's a great Legend. '81 card special, because 61 cards is often not enough, so you just need 81 instead, you know? Yorion. This hand is perfect. I'm amazed at the perfectness of this hand. Ultra Instinct Fine only has one lane on the sideboard, and he'll always have it, even before sideboard. Yeah, game 1. Don't even miss it. I guess that I'm gonna pass the turn, and I'm gonna get Sagoth Triumph on end step. because it's the only way that I can actually have all of my colors of mana. Because otherwise I'm choosing between, do I want a Thoughtseize or do I want a Veil? I can't do both. Only use 10% of my power. I got it for one using a Pioneer. Reclaimer, probably shouldn't even play Reclaimer. Twice I did that. Just wanted to throw that out there, you know. Yeah, let's do this. Pass the turn. My opponent could have their own Veils, right? Should I play around my opponent having Veil? I kind of don't want to. I guess I'm gonna Thoughtseize. If they do have Veil, we're super fucked, but damn. So we're gonna get that one. And we're just gonna hope that we get there. All right, baby, let's do this. Cycling Typhoon. Okay. Please, blue source. I miss Shadow Die in the competitive modern scene. I was talking about this the other day, Christy, even V-neck. I was watching the match between Shenhar and Ben Stark. I think it was the quarterfinals of the quarters or semis of the world championship, like some world championship or whatever. And both of them fetching at really odd spots to play around Shadow Knot, which both of them had in their deck. It was pretty glorious, actually. Love to see it. Let's get Breeding Pool. Draw 3. Spread a Paper Battle Wits deck to FNM that was so big, he had so many shuffles that his opponent would pass out just trying to cut the deck. Still top deck Titan on 6. Of course. Because if you're not top decking Titan on 6, then like what are you really doing, right? What are you doing if you're not top decking Titan on 6? Shark. I could blow this up after it resolves. Just counter. These stories just get better by the minute. I'm starting to wonder whether any of them are actually true. And then I realized that I don't care. It's great. I really want my opponent to counter something. Just so I can draw a card. Okay, so here comes Sur. I think I'm gonna cycle Veil first. And then I'm gonna counter it. Oh, that's pretty good. Do I want to draw this Archmage's Charm? I kind of want to draw this Archmage's Charm. Steal my opponent's Shark. And then the Hour of Promise is blanked by Ashiok. We do get owned by my opponent's Veil, but it's probably fine. Boom. Draw. Land. Forest. Boom, boom, boom. Ashiok. Let's go. Mill myself. Exile your thingy. I guess I don't want to steal their dude just yet. But now the Hour of Promise doesn't do anything. My opponent can swing at Ashiok with the Shark. That's kind of okay. Also, they missed the land drop last turn. So the person she wanted to beat him, and then she gave her replace herself with rolled parts, and when she became full road, she had the pure logic right to realize nothing can be. That's so good. You're on fire, Stabs, today. Stab, please. Please stab. Please stab. Ashiok takes 2. Wilderness Wreck. What's up, Matt? How's it going? Not finding any Euros is, I'm basically the unluckiest. Basically the unluckiest. No Uros, no Jaces. So unlucky. Oh man, how did that go? Did everything go alright, Matt? Even land is fine, just start making sombos. Play return with throwing cards on the way that it will land perfectly the whole games were played. Yeah. Everybody knows about that one. It went well, no complications. Nice. Happy to hear. Happy to hear that at least things worked out. No! No! That's the one that I should not draw. Damn it. Should I attack? I think I play around my opponent's shark. Foff. Nah. That's how we lose. So let's not do that. Oh, don't have the force. That would be really bad for me if they had the force. Okay, they don't. Sweet. Nope. Anything that says draw a card, I'm not interested in my opponent doing. Okay, never mind. Still herself comfortable. Yeah, I imagine that that's something that's, you know, it's gonna be there for a while. Let's just draw a Jace. Can we just draw a Jace? That would be awesome. The bad thing is my opponent is slowly but surely filling up this Uro. They're 2 cards away now. So their hand right now is Yorion, UR Prowess, Unknowns. Sure. You get to exile something, but that doesn't matter too much. Something good, please. Force of Negation. Nope, that does not count as something good. So I think that we have successfully arrived at desperation time, so I'm gonna mill myself one last time. But we have to find an Uro here. Udo, please. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Because that would have played around the Soul Guide Lantern from my opponent. And it's just brutal that we never found anything. We just cannot find any form of card advantage source or anything like that. Okay, it's not the worst. Oh, come on! God damn it! I'm 40 cards deep! Udo, where are you? God damn it. And my opponent is like, oh no, opponent! No! Oh no! Yeah, oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Man, those Uros were not coming out to play. Those Uros were not coming out to hang out. That's fine though. Last one, Altruistic Friend, was cast Time Warp, 7 mana Karn Ultimate. 4 Valaks and 4 Titans all at once. He hit his land drop so hard he ended up causing the eruptions that created Hawaiian Islands. I mean, that sounds reasonable, actually. Sounds like something that could actually have happened. Okay, we're playing against the Lurrus deck, so if I had to guess, maybe Red Black Shadow. Fortunately, this hand, like, it just has a non-functional mana, so I'm gonna ship it. This hand is oddly enough better. Llanowar Wastes. Wow. Oh man. Llanowar Wastes. Just scales. Haven't seen scales in a while actually. A Springleaf Drum. Poor man's Moxel Ball. To say that I'm intrigued would be an understatement. I think we're just gonna blow both dudes up. Just not worry too much about it. Would love to find the Neuro, anything like that. That's bad. It's also bad. Okay, my opponent could draw like Ancient Steerings or something. This is not looking good though. I mean, we are one card away from just going from not looking good to we kind of just win, so there's that. So they have Lurrus in hand. Cryptic Command, please, please, please. Field of Ruin, which doesn't do shit for us. I think we just pack it in, right? Can we win at this point? I think we legitimately cannot win anymore. Drawing blanks every step of the way definitely didn't help. I'm really feeling like I'm gonna pull the trigger. So I'm gonna give myself one more draw step. I think we need exactly Cryptic Command. Okay, now we can pack it in. Okay, you out. You out. You in. You in. You in. This in. Doing some PDSL streams for the holiday. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing some. Que se Pedro todo tranqui. We saw Servant of the Scale. We saw Winding Constrictor. So I guess that Gust is not the worst. I mean, I do like Metallic on the play though. Maybe I'll cut it on the draw, but. I really don't like Thoughtseize against this kind of, affinity style decks. It's better against, I mean, my opponent does have Lurrus in their deck, so maybe it's okay, but I still don't like it. Keep. Didn't speak Spanish. Yes, Sour. I am born and raised in Argentina, so actually my mother language is Spanish. So whenever anybody asks a question or says something in Spanish, usually I just answer back in Spanish. ¿Sos argento también? We respond in English and Spanish for the right amount of bits. He'll respond in drums. Yeah. Todo tranquilo. Yeah, sí. Eso fue muy argentino. Sí, total. ¿Sos argentino vos también? Imagino. Pusiste jodeme, así que asumo que sos argentino. This card is very good in this matchup. I just hope that we don't run into the same issue that... What? What the hell? ¿Dónde dejé la Reclaimer? Ahí está la Reclaimer. La jugué el fin de semana pasado. Justamente un Argento ganó un PTQ online este fin de semana con esta lista, entonces dije ya fue, vamos a jugar un poco a ver qué pasa. What the fuck? Alright, opponent, you got me. Fortunately, still living in Argentina, but working my way out. Yeah, just like kind of everybody else. It feels like everybody is in that state right now. ¿Qué deck está jugando el oponente? Está jugando una versión muy rara de Hardened Scales. Rule of thumb, counter the cards you've never seen before. Yeah, this makes me think that my opponent has something nonsensical going on out there, you know? Carrion Feeder can sack itself. Oh, I guess I should. Oh, because maybe they can set up the Nexus skill. Maybe that's what they're going for. Walking Ballista. Snare that. Hangerback Walker. It's kind of okay. Like basically they get a 1/1. Is it that bad energy right now? Yeah, it's really, really bad. And it's not even like... The thing about Argentina is that it's been bad for the past like 20 years. So that is kind of the issue. The fact that it's always been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So the fact that, you know, it's been like decades and it's basically been progressively worse every single year. Like it just gets to a point where you're like, why am I, you know, what am I doing here, you know? If I bounce this, I'm just gonna pass. You should visit Poland. I mean, I'm not super in touch with my Polish roots. In fact, my great grandfather actually did not come from Poland. It actually came from Ukraine. How much is this? This is 1, 2. Oh, but they can't move the counters around, so we just counter draw here. So like by the time that, you know, I was a kid and everything, like we didn't really, you know, like the language had been lost in the family for actual, you know, decades and stuff. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna upkeep, fetch for Sanctuary, put Cryptic back on top again. Allows me to have an answer for... We get an answer for the Lurrus. Am I sure my granddad was from Ukraine? Yeah. I mean, he came from there, but like obviously, you know, there's some. I'm taking 4 regardless. I guess I'm taking 3. Never mind, this is okay. But yeah, no, he was from Ukraine. So let's do that. Sure. Counter magic would be great. Udo is also kind of great. The problem if I Udo here is that... What's the worst thing that happens? I have to pass. Just have to find a stupid land. Land, please. What year did he leave? I have no idea. Probably like in the 30s or something. Would Ravager be GG with Nexus? What Nexus? I just feel like I have to untap here. All right, sick. 1, 2, 3. Udo. That's exactly what I need. They just like any land, and this is just awesome. Okay, so now we're still protected from what's his name? From Lurrus. Oh, with the ink moth, you say? No, it wouldn't, because they sack here, and that's only 2 counters. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Winding Constrictor. So the last card in hand is Lurrus. Here we're gonna see what my opponent does. If they sack the Constrictor, which is probably what they're gonna do. Oh, they sank the Ink Moth. Okay. So they are percenting lethal. So now I'm gonna Cryptic. This is a swamp. So now we're gonna Cryptic, bounce, and draw. And my opponent might sack it to prevent me from drawing. They don't. So they just play the dude sick on main phase, but they can't Lurrus. And now we can either Udo or Jace. I think I'm gonna Udo. When in doubt, Udo, right? When in doubt, just Udo. Pretty good, it's pretty good. So now we have infinite blockers. And do I want to Jace here? No, I think I want a Gust instead of Jace. Yeah, I think I want to just want to Gust the Winding Constrictor. Yeah, no, I definitely respect my opponent's nonsense. Loving the nonsense. Of course, whenever you want a nonsense, Ur just comes down and owns you, you know, so... you can only nonsense too much before Ur is like, yo, just quit that. Just fucking stop it. So they're probably gonna get Ballista, I assume? I mean, the thing with Kyrian Feeder is he can't move counters around, so... what do I want to do? Do we want to Gust this or want to Gust this? I think I want to Gust this. It's the same thing, except this actually, you know, clocks me or whatever. My opponent can sack it, but they only get one extra counter from the scales. They put it on top though, so we know that they're going to be drawing that. I mean, honestly, it's not sure that we're going to be able to win here. I don't think that we've got this locked up. I guess I'm going to Jace, so I want to be able to shuffle after Brainstorm. Okay, push is kind of great, so bottom the Uros, fetch 4, breeding pool, attack, another land. Take 6. We have to do this now because the fetch was enabled. My opponent can play the snake and put 3 counters, so this goes up to 5. That's still not enough. And I know that they're drawing a Winding Constrictor, so I think that we just got this. Also, if I Mana Leak here, this basically counters the Ballista activation, so this seems worth it to me, actually. I guess not that Mana Leak is gonna get any better than this, so if I Mana Leak here, my opponent then cannot activate and grow the Ballista this turn, so this is basically 3 Ballista counters, which seems like a pretty fine exchange. And next turn we're swinging for lethal. We can Jace minus, bounce Ballista, percent lethal. 4, they kill 1 zombie. Kill another one. Yeah, they have to because the Kyrian Feeder cannot block. Lead counter lightning bolt is pretty tight. Yeah, kind of, right? So now we bounce the Winding Constrictor and my opponent is just chump blocking with the Ballista. And we have second Jace. Yeah, I think we got it. Going at Jace. Okay. So it's gonna force them to suck something. That was actually a sneakily really good Mana Leak right there. That was a sneakily very, very good mana leak right there. All right. Scars are pretty good. Boom, baby, boom. Okay, so definitely don't want the Veils. They seem pretty bad. And yeah, I'm not feeling the Forces either. Yeah, I think this configuration is fine. No, my opponent does have they have Ravagers, Tom. Sure. Opponent has never mulliganed in the entire life. They've never mulliganed. Play a 2-drop, please. Damn it. Relic or Progenitus. Sure. No, this is the same. This is the same one. We'll take one. Got me. Let's get that Triumph. I think I'm gonna take it easy here. This is bad if my opponent just like spends their turn putting Lurrus in their hand. Which honestly is just the correct play, I think. Oh, they have a 1-drop. Okay. I've not been impressed by their spring loop, like the Springleaf drums. Yeah. One, two, three. Udo. Would love to see like a push or something. It doesn't do much, they just sack it in response, Christy. So attempting to steal the hanger back doesn't achieve too much for us. Now it's a different story. Just gonna steal their hanger back on their end step. If they don't do anything. What's up, Eric? Man, this Archmage's Charm is kind of sick here. You don't want to activate. Let me fix this right up for you, opponent. You do not want to activate your hunger back there. Alright, this is just awesome. This is kind of just awesome. Beanslick, thank you for the follow. So let's return your dude. Holding up Mana Leak. Honestly, I'm kind of interested in whether my opponent should have already sacked their relic at this point. But this means that my Mana Leak is live even if they draw land by bouncing their dude. And we can leak here, but I think I'm more interested in Archmage's charming this. I mean, we're untapping with Jace the Mind Sculptor if my opponent doesn't do anything too. So, got my push. Well, I guess that one we do need to counter. Sanctuary, put Charm back on top. They let me? Wow. Alright. They could have cracked the relic. They drew Veil. That's brutal. Well, that explains it. Alright, yeah, we need to get rid of this guy. Well, that doesn't do shit. That doesn't do anything at all. And this says non-land. Well, I'm actually dead now. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're off of mana. Wow. Like that Veil completely destroyed us. I think I might actually just lose this game now. It doesn't do anything because my opponent just sacks in response, right? And I want to have Archmage's Charm, I guess. Just cast again. What's again? Like, this gust doesn't do anything. They did put the thing on top, though. I mean, this was our out, kind of, right? My opponent plays it slow. I'll block. No, I'm definitely blocking. Yeah, this is alternate art Ravager. So it feels like I want to... It feels like I kind of want to Wrath here. Okay. I mean, we have time now, which is something that we didn't really have before. So I think I'm going to draw here. Just gonna draw 2. Last card in hand is Lurrus. God damn it, I'm so freaking good. God damn it, I'm so good! I'm so good, shot! Okay, so they just make a million counters. So I guess we actually have to do this. Because otherwise they just put a shit ton of counters on the Hungerback Walker. So we attack with all creatures. They trade. That's kind of interesting. And here, my opponent has a Hungerback in hand, and they're drawing Hardened Scales, and they have a Lurrus in hand. So I think I'm going to play Udo here, because they can answer my Jace, but if they do, that means that they're not developing their board. Another Gust is not great. Yeah, they can't animate Nexus. If they animate Nexus, they just it just gets swept up by the Damnation, right? So probably not a great play for them. Okay, so they're going to clear the Jace, and that means that they don't play Lurrus, but they're probably gonna be playing the other guy. And also they have to crack Relic, otherwise I get back Udo. And otherwise that actually, if they crack Relic, they blank their own Lurrus. It's kind of awkward. I mean, that's why you see people playing Soulguide Lantern instead of Relic, right? In Lurrus decks. It's not really coincidence. Yeah, they have to crack Relic now. Get what? Actually, this match has been super cool. Let's get Forest. So 2 Udos are gone. Am I supposed to thirst this? Kind of feel like I'm supposed to thirst this, but then it's a lot easier for my opponent to answer the Jace. I think I'm gonna pass. Sweet, we got a gust target. Awesome. Put the scales in the bottom. So they drew another scales. What's their mystery card? Their mystery card is a fucking Ravager, man. Their one unknown card is a fucking Ravager. Can you believe that? That's insane. That is insane. This is so rough. So I guess I have to play like my opponent is not going to draw another Ravager, so I'm just going to draw 3 here. Okay. When it feels good, but drawing 3 feels better. Classic. Forgot to activate on instep. Man, what a match this one has been. Like, my opponent's deck is pretty cool. It's definitely a super different approach to Hunger Scales, Hardened Scales. Definitely a significantly different approach, but it's kind of cool. Okay, so they put the scales on top. Lurrus resolves. Here comes the Ravager. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. I fucked up here, right? I had to push first. I guess that we can just Mystic Sanctuary back the Thirst anyway, so it's fine. Like, it's not the end of the world, but definitely fucked that one up. Thirst goes back on top. Push. Am I just trading? Have to be careful because the damnation's gone. So I guess that we block with everything. I mean, I have to block anyway. And my opponent still has the option of bouncing with Ravager, which is my problem. So I think we actually do trade. Yeah, there's a Ravager in play. Don't forget about the Ravager. Guess my opponent is going all in on the tokens. It's a bunch of tokens. That's a bunch of cryptic commands. That doesn't matter. So, tuple creatures, return target permanent. All right, I think we got him. Good stuff, good stuff. I am always ahead on time. I am never not ahead on time. Can't decay that. Feels bad, man. And we have 3 turns before that matters. Alright, these draws suck. Please help. These draws fucking suck, please help. By the way, I just want to point out how tight my opponent's been playing. My opponent's been playing super tight. Picking their spots very smartly. We have 2 removal spells that don't kill Inkmoth Nexus. We somehow managed to find multiple copies of those instead of that one. Deosolith. Okay. Because mana's not really a bottleneck here, so... So this is the last time that we get to do this, but I think it's the last time we need to do this, which is nice. Jeez. Because we have lethal next turn. There's no need to destroy it right now. My opponent's at 6. So they attack. They have Hanger back. We still got him. I'm trying to think if I should change my modes here. There's also the possibility I should just let my opponent attack. I don't think that's good for me, so... we could just tap everything and draw. Or we can just tap and bounce the Ink Moth. I guess I just do the same thing. But if I bounce the Ink Moth, no, we just do this. Because if my opponent attacks with the Ink Moth, they're just dobs. So I don't think my opponent can realistically attack with the Ink Moth. Yeah. Sweet. That was a very cool match to end things up with. Where are we? Bug Udo. There we go. So yeah, this deck was actually was a lot of fun. I really had a good time. I do enjoy this kind of deck. I actually do enjoy this kind of deck. So I'm probably going to be. Well, we're not drawing the same 2 islands, right? We're drawing 1 card deeper every single turn because we do have the Jace. So we're drawing 1 card deeper. So like 3 or 4 turns went by, and every single time we would draw like a land. That's kind of the thing. That was the problem. That's why I said G's, because like we were looking at 1 new card every time, but every time it was a land. But yeah, I mean, this list is very cool. I'm not 100% sure on the main deck Aether Gust, but everything else makes a lot of sense. This card is very, very powerful. This card is very, very powerful. This card is also very, very powerful, and both these and this card are very, very powerful. So it's no surprise that this deck won an event. I'm not sure I see the upsides of this version over just playing 4-color Omnath. I mean, I guess the Archmage's Charm are the upside. So you have like a little bit more instant speed game as opposed to the 4-color Omnath version, which is a lot more just like tap out control style kind of deck. So maybe that's the difference, and maybe that's not worth just like not playing the other version, because like the other version is obviously busted, right? We know about that. I'm not 100% sold on the River of Tears. This hand actually was kind of awkward. I understand the fact that this allows us to cast a Thoughtseize or Push on 1, but I wonder if we might want to play the Filter land instead. I think it's Sunken Ruins. Like the reason to play this obviously is because we want to play around. We want to play around Boil to the best of our ability. Yeah, Sunken Ruins. So I wonder if, this would just be better. Because a couple of times I find myself in situations where I wanted to push, or I wanted to... I guess it doesn't really apply to Thurs. Like, it was just me not being familiar with the card and just like making mistakes. But there was 1 or 2 times where I wanted to like decay or push at instant speed, and I just couldn't because this was tapping for blue mana. So that's definitely something to consider. What else? I mean, everything else is pretty straightforward. It is a Field of the Dead deck, but Field of the Dead was actually kind of awkward. There were multiple, because of how the mana base is constructed and there's no Overgrown Tomb. Sometimes, like if you want double green for Udo, for example, and your fetch lands were like a Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta, if you want the untap lands, you find yourselves in situations where you need to find both Breeding Pools or you need to find both Watery Graves, which are not great when you're trying to Field of the Dead. So that's another thing that it did came up actually multiple times, where I had 7 lands in play, but like we drew one of those and we were not able to trigger Field because of that. So that's another thing to keep into consideration. Or you just just naturally drew one of your Breeding Pools and you have you have 4 lands and you want to set up your Udo mana and you don't have the time to fetch a Flooded Strand. You don't have the time to fetch a Cybot Triumph. So that's another one of the things. But everything else, the deck seemed pretty good. Still not sure where you want Life from the Loam. Because like, for example, against something like Tron, I'm not sure I would bring in Life from the Loam. You have only 2 Field of Ruins and your opponent is already incentivized. your opponent's already incentivized to like bring in relics against you. So at that point, like, is Loam really doing anything? Yeah, it is. It is, because like we played against GG earlier today, and that was one of our losses. Like, it just sets you up in a situation that's really awkward, right? Like, and whenever you're set up in a situation that's pretty awkward, then it's really, really tough. Like, Boyle is an instant, so that's definitely a big deal. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Might be playing some more control decks in the near future. I honestly just enjoy them. Like, I like that they force me to, you know, they force me to play very, very differently than Titan decks. There's different things that I'm constantly trying to leverage or to, you know, analyze what like it's all about figuring out what matters, right? Like, and which card is going to trade with which other card, and trying to figure out how to better position yourself at every single spot, which is definitely a significantly different thing than something like, you know, Titan, where you're just trying to, like, you know, your path to victory and you're just trying to maneuver and trying to enact your game plan. Like, you're very rarely playing the control deck whenever you're playing a Titan deck, maybe against Prowess or whatever, but here it's the complete opposite. Like, you're always responding. I mean, that's what control decks do, obviously. You'll always try to figure out, you know, what of the things that your opponent is doing matters and what doesn't, and then trying to take it from there. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. It was, these were some long leagues. We only played 2 leagues, and we are already getting towards the 5-hour mark. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye bye.